हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल। आज जिस टॉपिक पे मैं वीडियो बना रही हूँ वो आपका इग्नू का ही जो हिस्ट्री के पोस्ट ग्रेजुएटेड स्टूडेंट्स हैं MHI 02 का जो असाइनमेंट आप लोगों को मिला है उसका एक असाइनमेंट क्वेश्चन मैंने यहाँ सॉल्व करके दिया है आप लोगों को। तो जो सेक्शन ए में जो क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 है आपका, डिफाइन नेशनलिज्म, राइट अ नोट ऑन गेलनर एंड स्मिथ डिबेट ऑन नेशनलिज्म। यहाँ पे मैंने इस आंसर को पूरा सॉल्व करके आप लोगों को जो है सोल्यूशन दे रखा है। तो इसका आंसर मैंने कैसे लिखा है कि एज अपोज टू डेफिनेशन ऑफ नेशन वी फाइंड अ ब्रॉड कंसेंसस ऑन नेशनलिज्म। फॉर इंस्टेंस, अर्नेस्ट गेलनर definition is quite global. According to him, nationalism is political principle that holds that national and political units should be congruent. Perhaps Gellner is the only one who has begun his inquiry by first defining nationalism and then having moved on to nation. His definition of nationalism covers national sentiment, thinking, consciousness, ideology, and movement. Here we need to know as to why nationalism not emerged during the agrarian period. Moreover, we must understand the factors related to the industrial society that necessitated the emergence of nationalism. Owing to the long range of nationalist experience, we have different models of nationalism. For instance, two prominent scholars on nationalism, Ernest Gellner and Anthony Smith, have created their own typologies of nationalism. तो पहले मैंने जो है गेलनर मॉडल ऑफ नेशनलिज्म को डिफाइन किया है। According to Gellner, there are four zones in Europe from west to east. Thus, he formulated four different types of nationalism. He held that nationalism could be understood in terms of a marriage between the state and a pervasive high culture. Accordingly, he named the Western Belt consisting of England, France, Portugal, and Spain as Zone 1, which witnessed a rather smooth and easy marriage of the two. This was possible because both the ingredients, that is, state and high culture for the defined territory, were present prior to the arrival of nationalism. Further, the present day Italy and Germany are in Zone 2, situated on the territory of the erstwhile Holy Roman Empire. Metaphorically speaking, the bride, that is high culture for the territory in Zone 2, was ready among the Italians from the days of early Renaissance and among the Germans since the days of Luther, but there was no groom, that is state for the exclusive territory. While strong dynastic states had crystallized in Zone 1 along the Atlantic coast, this zone was marked by political fragmentation. Similar to Zone 1, nationalism was benign, soft, and conflict free. There were no claims and counterclaims for the territory. Moreover, culturally homogeneous territories did not have to be carved out, they already existed. The high culture also existed, it only needed to reach out to peasants and workers. In Zone 3, nationalism ceased to be benign and liberal and had to necessarily be nasty, violent, and brutal. This zone consisted of territories east of Germany and west of Russian Empire, areas of present-day Yugoslavia, Greece, Poland, Ukraine, Albania, Balkan, etc. Hence, the horrors generally associated with nationalism were inevitable here, as neither of the two preconditions, that is, state and high culture, existed in a neat, congruent manner. It may be noted that both a national state and a national culture had to be craved out. It needed violence, ethnic cleansing, forced transfer of population in an area marked by complex path, work of linguistic and cultural differences. Apart from this, the cultures living at the margins of the two empires, that is Ottoman and Russian, did not correspond either with a territory or language or state. Zone 4 consists of the area of Russian Empire. The Russian Empire survived under a new dispensation and the socialist ideology. The marriage of state and culture did not take place here, or at any rate not for a very long time. उसके बाद मैंने जो है एंटनी स्मिथ का मॉडल जो है यहाँ पे एक्सप्लेन किया है. It may be observed that the pattern at the world level would be much more complex as compared to the neat zonal division of Europe. However, Anthony Smith has tried some kind of a division of a world into different types of root during the creation of nation state. Smith's basic division is simple. He holds that the creation of nation state has taken two roots, gradualist and nationalist. Usually, the gradualist route is conflict free and contest free and is one where the initiative was taken by the state to create conditions for the spread of nationalism. Therefore, nation states were formed either by direct state sponsored patriotism, similar to Zone 1 of Gellner, or were the result of colonization, as in the case of Australia and Canada, which did not have to fight for independence. We find that the gradualist route was marked by the absence of conflict, violence, contesting claims were over nationhood or any national movement, but nationalist route is characterized by rupture, conflict, violence, and earth moving. Smith has classified this rupture ridden route into two subroutes, ethnic nationalism and territorial nationalism. Moreover, the ethnic subroute is divided into two lanes based on renewal and secession. Here, the renewal is based on the renewal or the revival of a declining ethnic identity like Persia in the 1890s. In addition to this, the secessionist lane could be divided into three by-lane of breakaway, diaspora, and irredentist nationalism. The breakaway group, whether from empires or multinational states, sought to serve a bond through secession. For instance, Armenians, Arabs, and Serbs from the Ottoman Empire, Italians and Czech from the Habsburg Empire, and Poles and Ukrainian from the Tsarist Russian Empire, or Bangladesh that broke away from Pakistan in 1971. We can mention Jews to be the best to represent the diaspora nationalism. Until the mid 19th century, they were completely devoid of a state territory of their own or even a high culture. At last, they were constituted into a nation state through struggle, other power, diplomacy, ethnic cleansing, on and earth moving, and also by statistical probability of being on the right side in the Great World War. The example of irredentist nationalism is found in Balkan nationalism among Greeks, Serbs, and Bulgarians, and in Germany of Somalia today. This type of nationalism has generally followed a successful national movement. Finally, we have territorial nationalism, in which a heterogeneous population was cohesively united by a colonial power. तो स्टूडेंट्स, ये था मैंने जो आपको एक असाइनमेंट का क्वेश्चन जो है सॉल्व करके दिया है. और अगर आपको मेरा ये वीडियो पसंद आया है तो प्लीज़ मेरे चैनल को लाइक कीजिएगा, शेयर कीजिएगा, सब्सक्राइब कीजिएगा, बेल आइकन को दबाइए ताकि जब भी मैं कोई लेटेस्ट वीडियो डालूँ उसकी नोटिफिकेशन आप तक पहुंच जाए. इस चैप्टर से रिगार्डिंग अगर आप लोग को नोट्स चाहिए हो, प्रीवियस ईयर सॉल्व क्वेश्चन पेपर चाहिए हो, या और असाइनमेंट क्वेश्चंस चाहिए हो, तो आप मुझे मेरे व्हाट्सअप नंबर पे कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं. नीचे डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में मैं अपना व्हाट्सअप नंबर दे दूँगी. आपको सिर्फ उस पर मैसेज करना है, कॉल नहीं करना है. आज के लिए बस इतना ही था. नेक्स्ट वीडियो तक बाय.